Alright, Leo, or Leo cross-watcher. This is going to be based more for the feminine Leos out there. I've been sitting here for a minute kind of like, what's the message? But it's clear. I know exactly what the message is. And this is going to be centered around you. This is going to be for you, you alone, you only. Whoever I'm picking up on, whether it's somebody that it's definitely romantic, I'll tell you that. Whether this is somebody you have in your life currently, current partner, current love interest, new, old, however long, it doesn't fucking matter. Whether this is an ex or someone that you have a history with and then there's been lost contact, I don't really know who this is to you. But whoever this is, I know exactly how they feel about you, how they view you, and this is someone who's only and all about you. If this is you, reverse the whole message. This is how you feel about I want to say a woman. This is how somebody feels about a woman. I almost debated waiting to put this message out or even start it until I pick up my daughter, because it's not that long from now that I'm gonna have to pick her up. And I didn't want to rush this. I wanted to take my time, because something here, it's like you deserve my time. You deserve more time than you get. You deserve more love and respect and admiration than you've gotten from this person. At least this is what they're acknowledging it, or you're acknowledging it. Somebody here is acknowledging that you deserve more than anyone they've ever met, for everything that you've done, everything you're willing to do, everything that you've accomplished, your selflessness, I'm hearing. You carry yourself. It's something very important about the way that you carry yourself, the way that you come off to other people. Unapologetic, definitely. But there is, I'm telling you, there's a grace to it. There is like I am my own fucking person. And in that is beauty. In that is a gentleness. Although there's also a harshness to you, if vice versa. There's a harshness to this feminine. Very much so. But in the same token, in the same aspect, there is this gentle ease, like almost like silk or satin blanket draped over a jagged and rugged fist. It's like you're walking art, really. You're walking art, you're walking beauty. And not just for what you look like on the outside, but who the fuck you are on the inside. You're confusing, but not to this person. They get you. Even when they didn't get you, they eventually ended up getting you. Okay? Even if this is someone new, or vice versa. Somebody here, it's like, I may not have gotten you at first or for a long time, depending on the length of time that you've known this person. Some of you don't know this person. They don't really know you, but they've just been, I don't know, watching you from behind the scenes, and they've gotten to know you that way. Either way, someone here has gotten to know someone over time. I want to say, I'm going to stick with, so I don't get confused, this is someone who's gotten to know you over time, but still, there's so much they don't know. You're like, I'm hearing that song, I think it's a song by Natasha Bedingfield, which I channeled her the other day. Something about I am unwritten. People can only just draw their own conclusions about you, because you leave a lot to the imagination. You're always changing it up. You're always different. But that's exciting at the same time, too. There's an air of mystery to you. I also heard this song, like I was hearing it in my head before I started your video, and I wrote it down. Super romantic. The song is called, I think it's like this, or it's called Why I Love You by Major. I found love in you, and I've learned to love me too. Never have I felt that I could be all that you see. It's like our hearts have intertwined into perfect harmony. They're basically saying you fit them, you're perfect. You're literally, everything about you is perfect. Even your mystery is perfect. Even your quick temper sometimes, or your disdain for certain things in society and the world, you know, but also your love for others and understanding and empathy. All of it, everything that makes you up, especially if you're the feminine, it fits them perfectly. You go together like a puzzle piece. You fit me. You've always fit me, or I know you're the one, even if it's somebody new. It's like you fit me in this lifetime and every lifetime. Like I knew at the moment that I realized it. I could say the moment I met you, but I don't think somebody knew it the moment they met you. Maybe there was like this, you know, maybe there was this soul recognition, but they didn't get what it was. It took them a little bit. This is why I love you, because you love me. I found love in you, and no other love will do. Every moment that you smile chases all the pain away, forever and a while, in my heart is where you'll stay. It's just a really romantic song. Basically, it's someone saying, like declaring their love. This is why I love you. This is why I only want you. It's like, let me count the ways. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I can tell you a million times and I will never stop telling you. There's so many things about you that I love. Even the things that people don't love. Even the things that people try to rip you down about. It's what I love. I can see the jealousy in others. I can see the greed and the envy in others. I can see that others want to be you. I can see it. I can see it. Like somebody's genuinely in love. They have no eyes for anyone else. They only have eyes for you. And if, in fact, it's highly possible that you are someone's muse, meaning you, if they're an artist in any way, and I mean like literally an artist, anything can be considered art though, you know. I mean, nowadays we're in trash bags, which I think is kind of cool. I do. I like it. Photography is art. Hairdressing is art. Fashion is art. Painting, drawing, writing. Did I already say all that? Music. I mean, there's so many different types of art. There's art, plays, art. Even like landscaping can be art, artistic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just look at Edward Scissorhands. That's art. So, acting, theater. That's it. Someone's like, you are my muse. Like, I can't create without you. In this life, everyone else just bores the living fuck out of me. Like, I feel like I came here to discover something like you. You're a conundrum. You are like, it's almost as if you've been, throughout the time this person has examined you, even if they're like a current partner or an ex of yours or someone you messed with before, they've never stopped checking in on you, or someone new, whether you know they're watching you or not. Or even someone from the past who's still watching you. I don't know. Either way, whoever, however, or a current partner, current person, current someone you're talking to. It's like even some sort of friends with benefits here, or friend that falls for you, that wants more. This is like you've been in a way their science project. Maybe this could seem offensive to hear, but not to me. I think that's fucking sexy. I mean, science was my favorite subject. It was my favorite subject. In fact, I wish I would have paid a little bit more attention. Like, I looked forward to going science every single day. Part of me also wishes that I would have stuck with marine biology, because that was like a huge love of mine. But going along those lines, there is this odd, weird, interesting nature about you where there's so many words that could describe you, but also at the same time wouldn't describe you, because no sooner does somebody think they have you figured out and you shift again, you change again. You're a bit like a shapeshifter, but not so much so. Not really. Like, your heart never really does change. Whatever you're passionate about, your passion is, it like supersedes everything else. Like, when your heart is fully into something, whatever that is, especially loving yourself. And can we just talk for a minute about how you love yourself? It's all about that. Whatever it is, whatever you love, you throw yourself into that, and you do it with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and you don't really care what anyone thinks about it, whether they approve or not. You don't do things for people's approval. You do it because you love it. You do it because you love it, and you do it until you don't love it anymore. And if you continue loving it, you continue loving it. One thing that you particularly love now in life is yourself. You may not have always loved yourself. Even if people have always thought that maybe to a degree you were about yourself only, not true. Not true. If only they were walking on the inside of you. You've had your moments. No. But my God, have you grown to love her? The her on the inside of you? You nurture her, you take care of her, you put her first. This is a feminine. This is something that either another feminine is in love with you for, or a masculine is in love with you for. Or if it's not romantic, we could say just this is something that a particular individual respects you for. All of these things. You're like, I can't stop saying a conundrum, a conundrum, a conundrum, a conundrum. You're like, you know, there's so many words that are coming to mind, but then as soon as they come through, they leave. It's like, you probably even had to be a little careful in life, because you never really know why anyone wants what they want with you or from you. You never really know, because it's as if, you know, like let's say you there was like a circus that came to town. This is just the only thing I can think of, and you had I don't know, you had like 11 fingers on one hand, just example, and you know, you gotta be careful, you gotta stay away unless you want to be a part of it, but you know, maybe you don't want to be, because why does the circus want you, you know? So then they see your gifts, they see something about you, and then they just want to take it to make you like a commodity, to make you like I'm hearing something, to put you on display, but you never quite get appreciated for everything that you are. You never get paid what you're worth. You know what I'm saying? And so you've had to be careful in your life. That's what I'm getting here. And somebody sees that, or several people, but especially one. And if we're talking specifically love here, this is another reason that someone loves you. Chopping block of sorts. You smell really well. You take care of yourself. You've come a long way, at least now, compared to before. And if this is not happened for you yet, and you're watching this video and you're like, no, I don't take care of myself at all. I smoke 12 packs a day, and I vape 2 carts a day, and I shower thrice a month, and I drink a box of wine an hour. No judgment. I'm just saying. It's almost as if it's your higher self saying, listen, I'm gonna need you to get your shit together, because we have a lot of work to do here. You're like an artist waiting to be born. Come out of your shell. And self-love is imperative. So you have to take care of you. Put down the drinking, put down the smoking, put down the not getting sleep. If anybody, I mean, unless you can't help it, you know, unless you got little young ones and you got to keep, you know, get up and down with them. But otherwise, turn the phone off, turn the ringer off. Sleep is important. That way you can wake up. The earlier you go to bed, the earlier you can wake up and get your day started and start a routine and start getting yourself back on track. Working out, even if it's just, I don't care, getting on an exercise bike. If you maybe have feet problems and you can't walk, I don't know, finding a way, doing something free, because all of us ain't got money like that, you know what I'm saying, to go be spending on this gym and that membership, and maybe you don't like it, maybe you prefer to be by yourself. Go kayaking. That's one of my favorite things to do. Or hiking, or walking, or I don't know, go play on a playground, unless that's weird. Just go when there's no kids, because some people will be like, what the fuck? You know, just go when there's no kids. And swing. I love swinging. I still love swinging. I love monkey bars. I love the merry-go-rounds. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like a kid at heart. Do that. Whatever you gotta do. Establish a routine if you don't have one. But for the majority of you, you already do. And this is why someone loves you. This is why I love you. You hear those birds talking? The stars have all aligned, and right now is the perfect time to say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. It almost sounds like a proposal. It almost sounds like you're getting some sort of proposal, either from your higher self proposing that you get your shit together, so that the two of you can live a long life together. You and your higher self, by yourself, I mean, you know. Or others of you, this is a person who's like, I want to continue living my life with you, and I want you to know I haven't always shown you what you mean to me, but I'm going to start now. Like, I get it. I get what you mean to me. Maybe someone's had a jolt or a wake-up call or something, or this is what's coming. Or this is someone that you have a history with, or an old friend from before that's always had some love for you, or somebody new coming in or something like that. Maybe somebody who's watching you or something, vice versa, who's just like, you are the epitome of art. You are the epitome of woman. You don't try to be sexy, you just are. You don't fit in. And that's precisely what is making you so desirable, because you don't try to fit in. You stand out. You stand out. You walk alone. But also you're lovable, you know? As much as you stand out and you walk alone, it's not like you're not lovable and not likable. You get people, people get you, even if they don't want to get you. I mean, just as much as you're loved, as people will hate you for the same thing too. Sometimes people will find reasons to what they will claim as hating you, simply because they can't find a reason to hate you, but then they'll make up one just because they want to. You know what I'm saying? Or if they can't emulate you or something like that, or be like you in some way, or even get your attention or influence decisions of yours in some way, then they'll try to rip you down. I mean, there's so many things. But you know what else I see you guys as? Having mastered yourself in some way. Like, you've mastered something, or you soon will, or this is your higher self saying, let's get to work. Now is the time. Get to work. Because we have a lot to do here. You've been saying you want this, you know, that dream you've been telling us you want, us as in you and the higher self. You know those goals and dreams you have? Well, it's here. And you may say, oh, is it? I can't believe that. Is it? Because my reality doesn't look like it. And it's like, that's because your mind is still in there. You need to come to where I am right now. It's like the higher self's almost like time hopping here, if this is not about another person, and coming into the now from, like, let's say a year out, 2 years out, and saying, hey, I'm going to pull you into where we're going, but you need to get on, you need to listen to what I'm saying. So we need a routine. Just like when you learned to use chopsticks. Who here loves to use chopsticks? Because that's the reference I'm getting. Maybe you want to learn how to use chopsticks, or you just love chopsticks, or you love sushi or something, but I'm seeing chopsticks. That shit didn't come natural to you at first, unless you grew up always eating with chopsticks, you know? But now, you only want to eat with chopsticks because it just makes shit taste better. Although it doesn't really, you know, of course, but it does something to the mind. It's more artistic. I mean, you would eat cereal with chopsticks. Salad. Amen. Yes. You'll put your hair up with chopsticks. Chopsticks are life. I love chopsticks. That's just a reference I'm getting. So, you know, at first, it wasn't easy. Some of you had to use those the little things you put in between it just to help you along. You had to get help. Now, it's like training wheels are off. Not only do you know how to use those fucking chopsticks, but you've like adopted your own style into how you hold them, into how you rest them, into how it's almost like if a lot of you, if you're new here, I'm a cosmetologist. I just need to redo my license. And I don't know if I want to, because I really don't want to do hair, but anyway, I still might do it. Just why not? But anyway, at first, when you're palming the shears, it's very hard to kind of get used to, you know, in the middle of cutting someone's hair, to remember what to do with your comb and your shears rather, so that you can still hold that hair. It's like you know, it takes time, practice. It takes practice over time, so you can learn how to do it. And so when you're doing this, you know, sometimes you'll cut yourself, sometimes you'll drop your scissors, sometimes you'll drop your comb and you'll have to get 17 combs by the time the fucking hairstyle's done. And, you know, you drop your scissors, your shears so many times and they start to get loose, and then you gotta call the people to come and redo them and sharpen them and shit and tighten the little thing on them. Chopsticks. I mean, how many times have you had to ask a waiter or waitress for more because you dropped one on the floor because you're trying to figure out how to hold it or something, but you just couldn't figure it out and it's frustrating, so you went back to the fork? You guys never went back to the fork. You guys kept trying and trying and trying, or that's the advice right now. Keep going and going and going. I don't give a shit. If one day's hard, don't pick up the cigarette the next day. If one day's hard, don't pick up the alcohol the next day. Keep going until you fucking master holding those damn chopsticks, until you master palming those shears, until you master yourself. A lot of you, this is what you've already conquered, you've already mastered, even though it's still an ongoing thing. We never got where we're going. If we ever get where we're going, then we're gone. So imagine what we haven't discovered. But thus far in life, what you have discovered about yourself, the things that you have, it's everything, every bit of who you are, what you stand for, what your soul is, even the shit that is inconclusive, even things that are like misunderstood, even things that are not uncovered yet. You know, basically people have to, like, I don't know, imagine the rest of you. This would be like if you went into a library and half of the book is written, but then the rest of it isn't, and the rest of it you just kind of got to fill in the blanks. It's like somebody here has to fill in the blanks with you, and that is another reason why they've fallen in love with you over the time, because you're not boring. There's nothing, they're always discovering you, or this is yourself. You're always discovering yourself. Lean into that. Love that. Love that you don't fit into a mold. Love that you're not like anyone else. Love it. Love it. Believe it or not, this is why the majority of people love you, and why they will. The more you embrace that aspect of you, is the more others will as well, right? At least this is what I'm hearing. So I guess it is time for me to go. See, I didn't want to rush, but I feel like I will get back on here and do an extended or something, but I gotta go right now. I gotta get my daughter. Love you guys so much. Talk to you later. Bye.